The small town of Valdosta, Georgia, was shaken to its core on January 11, 2013. A student at Lowndes High School, 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson, was found dead. His body was discovered inside a rolled-up gym mat, his feet visible from the top. It was a sight that defied explanation, a tragedy that would unravel a community. Police were quick to arrive at the scene, but their initial assessment only deepened the mystery. The scene was secured, the investigation launched. The initial police statement labeled Kendrick's death a tragic accident. They suggested he had become trapped while reaching for a shoe. It seemed implausible to many, the circumstances far too strange. The image of Kendrick's body contorted within the mat was difficult to reconcile with such a simple explanation. The community was bewildered, but none more so than Kendrick's family. How could a young athlete full of life and promise meet such a bizarre end? Their grief was compounded by a gnawing suspicion that something was amiss. The official story to them simply didn't add up. They knew their son, his habits, his character. The thought of him voluntarily entering the mat, risking becoming trapped, seemed unfathomable. Kendrick's parents, Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson, vowed to uncover the truth, no matter how difficult the path. Kendrick Johnson was last seen alive on January 10, 2013. Security footage showed him entering the school gymnasium, a place he frequented as a student athlete. He was a familiar face, a young man with a bright smile and an infectious laugh. His absence from his afternoon classes raised no immediate alarm, but as the day wore on, concern grew. Kendrick was known for his punctuality, his dedication to his studies and sports. When he didn't return home, his family knew something was wrong. They contacted the school, their worry escalating with each unanswered question. The search for Kendrick began in earnest. Friends, family, and volunteers combed the town, their desperate calls for his safe return echoing through the streets. Hours turned into an agonizing night, each passing moment fueling their fear. It was a search that would end in the most heartbreaking way imaginable. The discovery of Kendrick's body the next morning in such a peculiar and unsettling position only amplified the mystery. His shoes, one of which was allegedly the reason he reached into the mat, were found several feet away. The official explanation, already met with skepticism, began to crumble under the weight of unanswered questions. The initial police investigation concluded that Kendrick's death was a tragic accident. They proposed that he had become stuck while attempting to retrieve a shoe from the bottom of the vertically stored gym mat. This explanation, however, was met with immediate resistance from Kendrick's family and many members of the community. The Johnson family refused to accept this version of events. They knew their son, a three-sport athlete, was far too agile and aware of his surroundings to have become so hopelessly trapped. Furthermore, the positioning of Kendrick's body inside the mat, twisted and contorted, seemed impossible to achieve through such an accident. The family's doubts were further fueled by the local authorities' handling of the case. Critical evidence, including Kendrick's clothes and personal belongings found near the mat, was mishandled. The crime scene itself, according to the family's legal team, was compromised from the outset. Despite the official verdict of accidental death, the Johnson family refused to let their son's case be dismissed. They demanded transparency, accountability, and a thorough, impartial investigation. Their unwavering pursuit of justice began to attract national attention, shining a light on the inconsistencies and unanswered questions surrounding Kendrick's death. Driven by their deep mistrust of the initial findings, the Johnson family sought an independent autopsy. The results were shocking, directly contradicting the original medical examiner's report. Dr. William Anderson, a renowned forensic pathologist, conducted the second autopsy and uncovered a series of disturbing discrepancies. Dr. Anderson's examination revealed that vital organs, including Kendrick's brain, heart, lungs, and liver, were missing. In their place, the examiner found wads of newspaper. This bizarre and highly irregular practice immediately raised red flags. The explanation given that the organs were disposed of by the funeral home was deemed implausible by Dr. Anderson and the Johnson family's legal team. The second autopsy also revealed that Kendrick had suffered blunt force trauma to the right side of his neck, an injury inconsistent with the official narrative of accidental asphyxiation. Dr. Anderson concluded that the cause of death was, in his professional opinion, homicide. The findings of the second autopsy sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. The case, already shrouded in mystery, took an even darker turn. The missing organs, the unexplained injuries, and the stark contrast between the two autopsies fueled suspicions of a cover-up.